Hey there, card folk. Speed Robo here, and today we have another draft duel for you. Once again, Mpire and Patrick are squaring off to find out who is the top player on today's battlefield. It looks like we have our good friend Patrick playing his classic Gath list featuring Goblin Slingshot. Goblin Slingshot is a very cool card that allows you to sacrifice one of your units to deal damage equal to that unit's power. There's a lot of potential combos and a lot of very exciting plays that can happen off of that. While Mpire over here is using a Caladrix Sylvan build. Sylvan is arguably the top faction right now, and Caladrix is no slouch as a hero, with cards like True Strike giving him pure damage to go through physical damage return, and Camouflage to completely negate all ranged damage. Patrick is going to have to watch out for this Caladrix and carefully choose how he's going to damage it. The heroes and healers and support mages are going down on both sides of the board. We've got Caladrix supported by a Deepwood Mystic to heal him up, and Carthul is going down as the hero for Patrick. With the Battle Fury ability, this is going to allow Patrick to buff his units, giving them the ability to move and attack with that charging keyword and an extra power during the turn. The only downside is that their health will become 1, but when you're using cards like Skorg Hellion and Skorg Archer that already have 1 health, not really a problem. Flankers are being played in the form of Goblin Archer on Patrick's side. If Mpire chooses to use Gladehawks, he's going to have to watch out, as the Goblin Archers can easily capture them. Grove Keeper Druid has been played on the Mpire side, and this is a card that the server, the Discord server, which you can join in the link down in the description, has been talking about recently. That ability to summon a Treant is huge, because Treant itself is a very powerful, tanky unit, 6 health, steadfast, and it can root it's the target of its attacks. Treant is genuinely a fantastic card. Grovekeeper Druid, in addition, allows players to teleport their units around, and that gives Sylvan its signature mobility. Razormane Manticore is a very cool card as well. Physical damage return means that anytime Razormane Manticore is attacked by physical damage, it will return that amount back. Which means that Mpire is probably going to be drafting that True Strike. Looks like Mpire also grabbed Blade Echo 3, which allows Caladrix to do splash damage every time he attacks, and Velocity Greaves, which allows Caladrix to move and then attack. Just kind of a classic combo right there. Both players have about 30 gold down, so just over a third of the armies have been drafted, and we can kind of see that with the board. In a lot of games in Legacy's Allure, you generally want to fill up as much of your side of the deployment zone as possible to make sure that you have enough actions to deal with whatever your opponent is planning. Over to Patrick's turn, he's going to be looking through his cards. I sort of expect Spell Shock to be taken. Anytime the enemy player uses an ability, they will take 1 pure damage. But instead he's just going to draft a Grunt and pass, sort of feeling out what Mpire is trying to do with this Sylvan list. Grunt is another just really solid card. For 4 gold, you get 4 health and 3 power, and that's just nice, man. Grunt was a card that really connected with me when I first started playing the game, and it still sticks with me to this day. Mpire's turn. Mpire known for taking his time, really using that clock and thinking through his moves. But not this time, we're just immediately grabbing the Gladehawk, you know. Gladehawk, one of my favorite cards, I'll say that flat out. Flying, 4 movement, charging, doesn't matter that it has 1 power and 1 health, you go in there, you peck something. Really good at taking out backline. And yep, there it is, Spell Shock passing back over to Mpire. I mean, come on, man, just draft that True Strike, I know you want it. I know you want that True Strike, Mpire. Patrick's got his little hand over there, he's looking at stuff. Now, here's something that is interesting. is Mpire has a second Grove Keeper back in his kingdom. And the cool thing about this draft format is that you bring 160 gold to the table, and you're only going to draft 80 of it at the end of the day, which I think is really neat. It's like you're sideboarding at the beginning of the game in a card game, which to me is just super fun, honestly. Oh man, Grove Keeper's so cool, you guys. And I'm just enjoying it. I'm looking at the art, like, oh my gosh. Mikhail and Tomas really knocked it out of the park with the artwork for this game. Back over to Patrick. Oh my gosh, Mpire, dude, calm down with these Deepwood Sentinels. My man has drafted 3 Deepwood Sentinels, so you know how I was talking about Sylvan's signature mobility. Okay, maneuver is like the bread and butter of the Sylvan kit. You can switch your hexes with, you can switch the units on hexes, which gives essentially like 1 extra little movement point to many of your units. And there are so many things you can do with this. Honestly, like, Deepwood Sentinel is like a high priority target. If you need to get your flankers in there and take these things out very quickly. And Patrick's got the tool just for it. Warg Rider, 3 movement, 3 power, 4 health, charging. Bada bean, that is how you kill those, right? Warg Rider just goes and kills that Deepwood Sentinel if it moves out of position. And that's exactly what you want to see. Man, Warg Rider is just so good against Sylvan in general. Sylvan has a lot of 3 health units that Warg Rider can just easily pick off, and then most of Sylvan's power is in the 3 range, which means Warg Rider can take a hit or 2 and keep on kicking. Grabbing Kite Shield for Caladrix, honestly, I like it. Giving Caladrix 3 extra temporary hit points on the cheap just kind of makes sense. And we're going to drop down another Gladehawk and make it Patrick's turn. Kind of interesting that the Gladehawks are back here and not on the side. I'm not... Oh, it's because of the Goblin Archers. I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, obviously. And we're going to grab another Warg Rider. I was just talking about how good this card is, and, like, dang, it's good, you know? What is our friend Mpire going to do about this? Mpire taking his time and thinking. I'm going to do some speculation. Honestly, I kind of see these Ursas going down. Ursa Major and Ursa Minor are a very important part of the Sylvan kit, as it gives you maneuverability but on the opponent's side. Roar lets you move around your opponent's units, and the fact that the Ursas have some of the highest health in the faction makes them, in many instances, almost an auto-draft, if you don't bring Bull Elk. Bull Elk's another really good example of a tank that can dish damage back. 4 power, 6 health, 3 movement, charging, and steadfast. Steadfast is an awesome keyword that means that this card cannot be charged. And another cool thing about the game is that if you... Whoops. Push the wrong button. If you look at the back of the card, it will tell you what the keywords do. And that's nice, because there's no shuffling, no randomness in this game. You just kind of have your cards. And then we use the back real estate to explain how they work. And Mpire saw me reading the back of that Bull Elk, and he was like, oh, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to deploy that. And yeah, no, Bull Elk makes perfect sense in this situation. Warg Rider is 4 health. Counter it. Getting the Skorg Archer. We're seeing the Skorgs coming down. We kind of knew they would in the old Slingshot list. You know, the classic. They're just such a good Gath card, too. You power them up with Battle Fury or Troll Shaman's Bloodlust, which works pretty much the same as Battle Fury. You give a unit extra power, charging, piercing, and the ability to ignore Steadfast, and you just blow it up at the end of the round, right? Like, that's the trade-off. So, by the way, this is one of those combos I was talking about, right? You use your Troll Shaman to power up a unit, and then that unit's going to die at the end of the round, but surprise, you just sacrifice it with your Goblin Slingshot before that happens, and then it's just free, right? And it's so cool. Now this is why I love Gath. If you want CCG style combos in your wargame, grab yourself the Gath faction pack. It is available for pre-order on the official LegaciesAllure.com web store. They're fun. They're just so much fun. I love Gath. Gath is my favorite faction. Oh my gosh. So, like, one thing is that I don't see Patrick taking his healer very often. Gath's healer is kind of, like, mid, if I'm being honest. Troll Doctor's okay. And that's why I think Patrick just doesn't take it a lot, is he'd rather spend that 6 gold on something more aggressive, just getting in there, winning the game, not really worrying about healing. And I respect that, especially since it doesn't look like there's a lot of debuffing to happen on the opponent's side of the board. Generally, I take my Troll Doctor when I need to remove debuffs, and a debuff would be something like the Rooted that we talked about earlier, or Broken from Silverglade Ranger, something like that. Ooh, the Heck Bear! You know how I was talking about Sylvan's bears? Well, Hellbear is Gath's bear. It roars, it charges, it sets things on fire. Wait, sets things on fire? That one's new. Yup, Burn 2, that when this attacks or retaliates, it gives burn counters to the enemy card, and at the start of each round, the enemy card takes that much damage, then removes 1 burn. So it's damage over time, which is awesome. Mpire, really thinking about that second Grove Keeper. So one thing you can do with 2 Grove Keepers is that you can use one to spawn a treant, and then use the other to round 1 teleport. And that teleport, unlike a lot of other teleports in the game, doesn't exhaust the unit that you teleport. Ew. So you can have, like, your Bull Elk over here, right? Summon a treant to the center with Grove Keeper, right here. And then use the other Grove Keeper to teleport Bull Elk, like, right down to this E3 Hex, and start just devouring your opponent's units. And it's so cool. Goblin Bomb, oh my goodness. Gath has some of the best 2 gold units in the game, and Goblin Bomb is no exception. Sacrifice it, deal 2 magic damage to a target unit. It's not charging, it's not physical damage, this gets through everything. It's just 2 gold for 2 damage, yes please. Oh man, Goblin Bomb is awesome. I don't even think Mpire has an answer for that, other than, you know, trying to Gladehawk it, but that's what the Goblin Archer's for, so good luck? Oh, dang, another Gladehawk. Yeah, he's just going for it. Patrick's on the attack, though. He could answer this. He could answer it with, like... Oh, he's out of Goblin Archers. I was thinking Goblin Archer to E2 would solve it. Huh, you know, that's, that could be a bit of a problem. That might just be a free bomb? I mean, Patrick does get to take back the Gladehawk, so it's not terrible. Oh, another hero ability going down. Lightning Bolt 2. For 1 mana at 2 range, you just, you deal 2 magic damage to the target unit. Yeah, Lightning Bolt 2, always a solid option. Man, Patrick just does not have items in his list. That's really interesting. The only items he has are this Talisman of Precision in case he's fighting against Erengard, and Healing Potion just in case he has 1 extra gold left over. Seems legit, man, honestly. Dang, I respect that. You know, like, that's one of the cool things to me about this game. Oh my gosh, I talk about it every week, but it's still so cool. And this is how customizable the heroes are. Right? You've got such a wide range of options and items and abilities for every single hero that every time you put this card down on the table, it truly is like your card. You build it exactly the way you want it. And we can see that over here where Empire's really favoring a bunch of different items on his hero. He likes having all these options. Patrick's just like, yeah, my hero? Nah, it's just an ability tank. Don't even worry about it. Just abilities, actions, whatever. Going super, super cheap on his hero, only putting 6 gold into it. Carthul has the same value as a Warg Rider. But Mpire, on the other hand, is like, I'm going to make Caladrix into a Bull Elk, you know? Like, that's what he did. He's got 7 health, he's got charging, he deals a bunch of damage, and he can just cut through opponent's physical damage return like butter. Yeah, that's fantastic. Goblin Slingshot, boys, here we go. This is the signature card of Patrick, okay? I love this card so much. It is a combo monster. What we're gonna see is we're gonna see one of these Skorgs get powered up to like 5 damage, and then it's gonna run in, it's gonna kill something, and then Goblin Slingshot's gonna move in, combinable sacrifice it, and deal another 5 damage to something and take out another one of Mpire's pieces. Oh, he's gotta watch out. If he puts the Skorg there, that's open for a Gladehawk take. And we're passing it back over to Mpire. Oh man, what is Mpire gonna do? Empire's got a lot of options open. Like, maneuver the Gladehawk to still take the Skorg? Oh wait, Mpire was out of Gladehawks. Patrick could have put his Skorg there and it would have been... Ooh, it would not have been fine because of the Norfane Champion! Norfane Champion! When it attacks, deals 1 physical damage to a unit adjacent to the defender. Right! So Norfane Champion could get swapped into position with Deepwood Sentinel, and then run up, hit Hellbear, and then take out the Skorg. Oh no! This champion is going to be a huge problem for Patrick, because a lot of his backline and a lot of his, you know, combo pieces only have 1 health. Uh-oh! Norfane Hunter going down. Norfane Hunter with the backstab ability. This means it does not take retaliate damage. It can run right up, stab a guy, and then run away. No consequences. But with only 2 damage, that might be a little bit tricky. It's good against the archers. That's about it. Each player down to their last 2 or 3 gold. Oh man, this is getting close. Mpire with his last 2 gold can literally only take Camouflage or Taunting Satyr. Patrick's gonna take Goblin Bomb and Lightning Bolt 1! It's a free Lightning Bolt for 1 damage. Okay, okay. That's tricky. That's so tricky, I like it. And a Taunting Satyr. Ooh, Taunting Satyr allows you to force an attack onto it. And that's everybody. We're gonna get ready for the battle phase. This is where everything kicks off into high gear. Alright, and here we go, folks. Straight into the battle phase. Patrick is checking out his moves. He is on the play as the attacker. There's a lot that you have to analyze in the first move of the game. Oh, and here we go. Grunt is going to be pushing forward. This is going to protect the Goblin Bomb. Oh, this is going to protect the Goblin Bomb. It's going to prevent the taunt. It's going to protect the Hellbear. Oh, that's actually a genius move. With that 4 health, Mpire has 0 options to one-shot it. That is really smart. Well, alright. No, that does everything Patrick needs. Dang, that's smart. Oh, wait, nope, never mind, he's choosing not to. Oh, okay. I thought it was a good idea. I really thought it was a good idea. We're moving the Goblin Archer up 1 instead. Alright. I don't know about that. I mean, fine. Yeah, I liked the grunt play. I thought it was cool. Oh well. What I think is cool has no bearing on what is actually good, I guess. Mpire, I don't know why Mpire doesn't just use the Gladehawk to take the bomb, if I'm being honest with you. That seemed kind of like the play. You know, it steals an action. Really? Swap Caladrix for... Oh. Caladrix has 3 movement. Caladrix also charges. Caladrix also deals damage to everything adjacent to where he attacked. Caladrix also deals pure damage. SpaghettiOs for the Goblin Slingshot, Razormane Manticore, and Hellbear. That is scary, to say the least. So Patrick is going to have to do something to get out of this situation. And what I think the best move would be is to probably slam the Grunt directly in front of Slingshot there. You know what I'm saying, guys? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope so, because I'm putting down wisdom and knowledge. Using the Goblin Bomb to block. Okay. No, wait, no, that's a bad idea, because then Gladehawk just takes, and Caladrix has allied path, and he can move through. Oh, but if he does that, then Razormane Manticore can take the Gladehawk, and everything's great. Now that makes sense. It's all coming together. I think if Patrick plays this carefully and defensively, but if I'm sitting here and I'm Patrick right now, I see that Mpire has a lot of options to like maneuver in and get aggressive. I would enter like a sort of defensive stance, wait for Mpire to try to close in, and then punish the advance if you can. That's kind of what I'm seeing as the Gath play. You sort of want... I would want Sylvan to, like, initiate the conflict. Yeah, that's definitely what I would want. Skorg Hellion's looking good, though. The problem is Caladrix with that 7 health, who can't really one-shot it as the Gath player, right? Like, that's kind of the issue we're running into. Oh, here we go. It's Treant time, boys. Yup, Treant gets summoned straight to the center hex. Oh, that's tough to deal with. That Steadfast is mean. Goblin Bomb can run in and explode on it for 2 damage. Which would drop it down to 5. From there, you can use Troll Shaman to buff Skorg Hellion to give it +1 power, charging, and the ability to ignore Steadfast. Take out the Treant from there. That might be the way to go. There are healing options on the Sylvan side, though, so... it's tough. Ooh, another thing you can do is you can run Hellbear up 1 hex, Roar to push the Treant directly in front of the Razormane Manticore, and start dealing damage from there. Using the Goblin Bomb on the Treant, though, I like it. I think that is a good move. I gotta say, good move. Yeah, Spell Shock for the mana ability. Oh, we forgot to apply that earlier. It's getting applied to Sentinels. So again, every time Mpire uses a mana-based ability, he has to put a damage on one of his cards. That can add up. It can be kind of scary, though the good news is Mpire has these Deepwood Sentinels, which are kind of just there to be spell shock tanks. You know, you maneuver them, and then they take your spell shocks, and that's what they're there for. Let's be real. That Gladehawk took the bomb, as we were expecting. So now what? I think I kind of like Razormane taking the Gladehawk. I kind of like it. I think that's good. Yeah. Realistically, what's Mpire gonna do about it? Have Treant die? Alright. I think it's good. I'd take the Gladehawk. Razormane take seems... I don't know. Is it good? You tell me. Comment down below now if you think Razormane Manticore taking Gladehawk on E3 during round 1 is a good move. And no cheating. You can't look ahead and see who wins. It's not allowed. Back over to Mpire. The Razormane Manticore, I do want to point out, did take the Gladehawk, just like I said. I think it's good. And now, Mpire has to think about his life choices. Okay, so one thing I'm seeing, right, is Deepwood Sentinel right here can move to D4 and swap Caladrix up. And then that gives Caladrix some pretty good charge targets. It puts Goblin Slingshot back in the uh-oh range, which is what you want. Ooh, okay, another thing I just noticed is that Bull Elk can one-shot that Warg Rider right now, and I'm like, hey guys, have we been looking on the B column, the A-B side of the board here? Because, yeah, that Warg Rider. And there it goes, yep, Commentator's Curse, because I saw it, and then I guess they did. Ooh, okay, but Skorg Archer just gonna go ahead and put some damage on. Oh, wait a minute, the Grunt can just take the Bull Elk. Oh, hey, never mind. Oh, and all the healers are out of range. Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, with only 3 range and 2 movement. Yeah, that's completely out of range. Oh, but we're teleporting the Bull Elk away. Oh, but that's not good enough, because Goblin Slingshot is in range. Goblin Slingshot can take this. So Goblin Slingshot can sacrifice that Skorg Hellion and just take down the Bull Elk. It's 10 gold for 12. I think it's good. Or you could sack the Grunt. I think sacrificing the Hellion. No, you want to keep the Hellion alive so it can take the Treant. Right. Yeah. So, the Bull Elk took the Warg Rider and the Grunt, but in exchange, we got a mana off Grovekeeper and made it waste its teleport. And Bull Elk's 12 gold, and the Warg Rider and the Grunt is only 10. Like, in gold value, it's 14 to 14 right now. This is dead even. And there's quite a bit of damage over on the Sylvan side. Treant's looking a little worse for wear. Taunting Satyr, forcing the Hellbear to activate this round. I think it's fine, honestly. Yeah, no, straight up Skorg. I would buff that Skorg Hellion right now. I would just shout Beyblade, let it rip. And the reason why is because we're probably going to use it this round, right? If you think about it. When one of Empire's pieces has to come in here and take this situation. Not to mention, we still have Carthul's, all of Carthul's abilities ready to rock. Like, Carthul can just sort of move forward and start blasting, and Battle Fury is going to give him +1 action too. Like, oh man, this is nasty. This is nasty. Gath has options. Yeah, there we go. Battle Fury time, baby. Let's go. Battle Fury on the Skorg Hellion. I like it. Let's make this guy strong. The Battle Fury's genius. Okay, so the Battle Fury gives him +1 action, and then, even if the Treant heals, the Troll Shaman can still just rev that Hellion up and capture the Treant anyway, because then I'll have 6 power, because +1 from the Battle Fury and +1 from the Bloodthirst. Okay, I don't know why the Gladehawk wanted to move forward. Well, is it just stalling for time? I think Mpire might just be sort of waiting to do his actions. Grunt? Going to E2, I like it. Sort of setting up a murder column there. Man, everything in the E column, every single spot in E is taken. It's just a pure pillar. I love seeing that. All the actions right in the middle. That's fun. Legacy's Allure is such a awesome game, and I love these like really active, aggressive matches. Mpire really just thinking through what he's got left. You just have Norfane Champion like run in, shoot the Hellbear. And probably take it with Caldrix. It would stop that. Gonna use Goblin Archer as a body blocker, maybe? Bad idea. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Chief. Gotta be careful with that Skorg Archer. He still has a Deepwood Sentinel over there, and like, there's a lot of things on that side that can deal 1 damage out of nowhere. I would be very careful. Skorg Archer going to F1, alright. There's some moves happening right now that I'm sitting here and I'm like, huh. Why did they do that? And that happens a lot. I'm not the most cerebral player of this game, if I'm being completely honest. There's a lot of times where I just am like, let's move cards and have fun. And so when I'm watching games done by other people, there's times where I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't know what he's waiting for. Oh, I think okay, I see it. Okay. So the Deepwood Sentinel on C6 can move the Treant out of range of the Skorg Hellion. Because the Deepwood Sentinel can move to D6 and swap spots with the Treant. So what Patrick is waiting for is to activate his Bloodthirst. Until after that Deepwood Sentinel has moved. Got it. Okay. And there it goes. There it goes. No, this is fine. Actually, okay. Well, I don't know. That's a little... So... Slingshot might be dead. We're only spending 1 mana on the Troll Shaman. I don't think that's right. That doesn't seem right. Ignores Steadfast is the only ability that Skorg Hellion is getting. So Mpire has more actions, he can just start skipping at this point. I think that was a huge misplay. You needed to give it an additional power, man. Spend the extra 1 mana, it would have been fine. It would have been fine, but now the Deepwood Mystic can just heal, and then the Treant's safe. Oh, he sees it, and yeah, that's really problematic. Spell Shock. Also. Yep, Spell Shock on the Deepwood, and yeah, go. Now Mpire can just skip and wait. That's so unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it blocks Caldrix, but I wanted the Treant to die. That would have been fun. Nice. Yep, here comes the champ. 2 damage. 1 damage, and then I think Caldrix just kind of kills the Hellbear, honestly. What you can do about it. Oh, this has gone bad fast for Patrick the more I'm looking at it. This Caldrix, I think, was just too tough to handle. Mpire built a really solid hero to counter the situation that his opponent had drafted, and Warg Rider moving in, we're going to try and take out some backline. Probably smart, definitely for the best. I mean, Treant could also take Hellbear. Ooh, or Treant, if it wanted to get funny, could sacrifice itself on the Razormane, and then Caladrix could take... Well, no, because Caladrix can deal 3 damage to Hellbear and Razormane, and it's pure damage, so Razormane doesn't snap back. And then Treant just puts 3 damage on itself to take Razormane. I think it's worth it. You've just taken your opponent's Hellbear and Razormane, and those are their main threats. And then what's Patrick left with? Not much is the answer. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Be a big problem. Oh, really? Treant just takes Hellbear. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Spell Shock as well. Yep. Dang. Dang. Okay. Whew, that's very scary. And the rest of the board is all Mpire. Let's see what he chooses to do with it. Flies the Gladehawk over. Go. Skorg Hellion dies due to the buff from Troll Shaman. And this is another reason why I was like, yeah, just throw the extra power on Troll Shaman, because you're gonna lose it anyway. And if you took the Treant, if Patrick managed to take the Treant, that would have been a stolen action from Mpire as well, which would have been very nice. Razormane Manticore is basically dead. Caladrix just bashes the Grunt right here, and the Blade Echo takes out the Archer and the Razormane. Oh, no. And Spell Shock. Yeah, Spell Shock on Treant. Not sure it matters too much at this point. Sacrificing the Grunt. Because the Grunt would just die to a Gladehawk. Oh my gosh, yeah. Gladehawk can just take the Skorg Archer now too. Oh no. That's not good. Archer runs up, takes the other Gladehawk. I think it's fine. I don't see anything particularly bad about that play. Just nothing particularly good either. Spell Shock. Oh no, another Treant. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about that second Grove Keeper. Oh, nuts. That's bad. Oh, that's really bad for Patrick. Oh, no. Arthul just gonna take out the bird. Oh, with the maneuver, Norfain Champion is closing in to take out the Goblin Slingshot or the hero. Warg Rider grabs the Wisp. I think it's probably the best thing he could do at this point. Yeah, Deepwood Sentinel swaps spots with the Hunter. Goblin Archer comes in to put 1 damage down, but it's not really going to do a lot. Deepwood Sentinel chooses to sacrifice himself for the greater good so that the Norfain Hunter can finish off the Warg Archer. Champion comes in, Slingshot's toast, 1 damage on Carthul, Hunter finishes off Carthul, and I think that's got to be game, folks. I genuinely don't see there being any way for Patrick to get out of this point with just a single Goblin Archer left. That's gonna be it. But do these folks want to play it out? Do they want to find some way? Mpire gonna heal. Patrick has not conceded yet. I love that. I respect that attitude, you know. Gonna heal. Oh, we're gonna teleport the Triet to the Triet and move the Triet next to the Archer. That's awesome. Deal 1 damage to the Triet, and then that's gonna be game. With the Hunter taking that. Oh man, well fought by Patrick. It just got out of hand for him super quick. Mpire really showing that he is an expert in the draft. You can see a lot of things that Mpire set up to counter things that Patrick played really in the early game. Like you saw the Hunters go down on the side, right? Which were the perfect answer to the Goblin Archers that Patrick played super early on, and Mpire just had that counter planned for so deep into the draft. He just saw the end of the draft right at the beginning, and that's always incredibly impressive to see. And the build that Mpire brought for his hero did a really good job against Patrick's flavor of Gath. And I do think there were a few mistakes on the gameplay end, but I'm sure Patrick will correct me in the comments below, because there's usually something that I miss that Patrick then comes in, watches the video, and is like, oh, well, actually, and I'm like, oh, well, dang, he's right, you know? So, do yourself and me a favor, and go down into the comments section below, and give it a read. See what the high-level players have said, see what their analysis is, because I am not infallible by any means, and make sure that you also join our Discord server. We've got a super active, super friendly group of players that would love to talk strategy and game design and card design with you right now. I've been Speed Robo, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.